Hey y'all. So we're still cold down here in Texas. We still have one more night of freezing temperature, and it's supposed to get down to about 19 tonight. And then by next week, we're supposed to be up in the 60s. And I'm looking forward to that because I have a lot around here to get done. But I thought today that I would go over the things that I'm about to start planting. Well, some of these will go directly into the ground, and some I'm going to start in my, I have some of my milk, well, this one's a tea jug, and I also have some of my little seed starting things from last year. But I have a variety of things I'm going to be growing. Um, Nothing unusual, really, just things, your typical stuff. But let's start with these tender green burpless cucumbers. I'm going to grow some of those. I have a cat in my lap as usual. These are National Pickling cucumbers. We have some Texas grano onions, some cilantro, some black strawberry tomatoes from Baker Creek. And yes, it's going to seem like I'm growing a lot of cucumbers, but Tommy and I eat a cucumber every day of the week. We almost never miss an opportunity to eat cucumbers year round. So, this is Poinsett 76 cucumbers. I have some bird and butterfly mixture wildflowers, some straight 8 cucumbers, jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. Here's a garden sweet burpless cucumber, a Super Sioux tomato. Here's some beefsteak tomato, a San Marzano tomato, an old-fashioned garden mix. Watch out, kitty kitty. And some of these aren't even going to go into the ground until this summer. Some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, some more straight 8 cucumbers. We have Danvers half long carrot, some cantaloupe, Tuscany cantaloupe, more Texas grano onions, Easter egg radish. I have some straight neck summer squash, and a Hishiko green onion, catnip, I wonder why. Boston pickling cucumber, Bates collards, some Blue Lake bush bean, and some lemon balm. Now, like I said, that's not every. Now, like I said, that's not everything I'm going to be planting this year, but that's a good start for what, to give you an idea of what I plan on growing this year. I don't think we're going to be growing any okra this year. We have an abundance of okra, but never say never. And I probably will grow some dill. I haven't ordered any dill seed yet, and maybe a couple of other herbs. And flowers. But other than that, I'm going to stick to onions, tomatoes, and cucumbers because that is what Tommy and I eat the most of. And, later in the year, we'll start our pumpkin patch. So anyway, that's my seed haul, I guess you can call it, so far. Today, I'm going to be starting my tomatoes because our last frost date's February 18th. Although I won't put anything in the ground that early, most likely, because we can still get a freeze up until like Easter. We've had snow at Easter time. So even though the Farmer's Almanac says February 18th, I'm going to play it safe and just get things started so they can start germinating now. The chicken's decided she wants to talk louder than me. She has an egg over here in the corner that she's very protective of. But anyway, so there are some cleanup things I can do in the garden to get started, even though I can't plant anything right now. So let's go do some cleanup or get as much done as we can today before it's too cold and I have to go back inside to the heater. As you can see, my shrimp plant in this corner is all frozen and out of control. So I'm just going to cut this down to about a foot from the ground. So let's get that cleaned up. Well, there you go. Shrimp plant's all cut back. Hopefully the hydrangea will make it too, although it's made it several years so far. And all of this will get put into one of my new beds over there. And the next thing that I wanted to get done was to get all of this okra pulled up out of these beds. Look at those little rosebuds. They got frozen, but they're still precious. Anyway, let's get this okra pulled up. The stalk is just as slimy as okra. There we go. Whew. And the last thing that I wanted to get done today was to clear out this mess, because no one can walk through here without getting attacked by the rose bush. Today's not the day that I'm going to trim the whole rose bush. I am going to get all of this out of the way. We'll trim the rest of the rose bush later on. Just got to get all of this out of the way. This is not a how-to on how to trim a climbing rose. Eugh. Sticking to me. I also need sharper pruners that haven't been left out in the weather to rust. That's a whole nother topic. All right, there we go. Not without a few wounds, but people can walk through here now without getting attacked by this rose bush. Still have these cannas to get cleaned up. Hey, stop chasing my chickens. And these cannas over here. I have to finish getting these beds ready. I've started putting some stuff in them, but they're not ready to be planted in yet, but I still have a couple of months. But the cleanup has begun. This is just the starting point. And I did not forget that I said I was going to plant this tomato. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. Excuse me. Excuse me, kitty. If you've never planted in these milk jugs or tea jugs, they make things really easy to start seeds in the winter. Excuse you. I'm doing the Super Sue. And the cat makes it twice as hard. I'll just write on here what it is and tape it closed after I've watered it. All right, well, I've had enough cold and cat for one day. So I'm going to walk across the street and check out the lake real quick, see what's going on over there. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are surviving this winter. Let me know below if you're already getting back into gardening or you're waiting it out a few more weeks. We'll be doing some more next weekend because by the time I get home from work, it's too late to get anything. It's dark. And not that I'm above gardening in the dark, but dark and cold, you know, nobody enjoys that kind of scenario. So we'll either end it here and I'll see you on the next video, or you can follow me across the street to see what's going on at the lake. Y'all have a good week and thank you for watching.